Hey, this is Garrett. Welcome to CSI. We wanted to start to give you guys more of a behind the scenes look and some of the stuff we do and the services we offer here. And so, welcome to the shop. We're going to show you around.
These are all the dyno sheets from these. So each shock has a serial number. And I just match it up to what's printed off. That way I know what shocks go with what order. They're different. Like you might look at these two and think that they're the same. They're not. This is an XT2 or an X2, double adjustable. So you adjust it here and down here. And this is just regular.
How long have you worked here at CSI?
I started in August of last year.
Okay, nice.
Yep.
How do you know Garrett?
Actually met him through, my husband does a little bit of racing, but then really got to know him through our 5-year-old. She races quarter midgets.
I've been here since August of 2020, so
Okay.
5 months, 6 months,
Yeah.
5 months. I kind of oversee like what the guys do, the shop builders do, schedule them out for
Okay.
their builds and sales, answer the phones, help customers.
Just kind of keep things rolling.
Yep, do inventory, make sure we got parts, talk with vendors.
So you're probably like... So what shock are you building?
The new XT4.
Nice. How long have you worked here?
Like 2.5 years, I think.
Okay. So you definitely know the shock lingo then.
Yeah, I've been here for a little bit.
You have a racing background of some sort?
Yeah, so my grandpa, my dad, my uncle, they always had sprint cars. John Sambro drove for them forever. Dave Darland in a Silver Crown car, and then a few years ago I started racing micros, and now in sprint cars, nomming around here.
Where at? Some of your favorite tracks in Indy.
Bloomington's probably my favorite. Bloomington and Putnamville, probably my top two.
I mean, I just want to know what you're doing with all this concrete.
Yeah, so this is just pretty much a test sled, just to test the hydraulics of the jack and make sure it holds pressure and doesn't drop or anything like that. So you just jack it up to a certain number and let it sit there for a little bit. What's that?
Do you come from a racing background?
Yeah, been around it pretty much all my life. So I know I got my son Braden driving, so that
Nice.
makes me nervous. So. So yeah, so that adds a whole new dimension to it there. So I used to drive and never really got nervous. Good. And then we had other guys drive for us, and get nervous a little bit. But watching him, it's like a whole nother.
Yeah, you're glued to the fence.
thing.
Yep.
It's just hard to watch sometimes. But he enjoys it. So.
What are you working on right now, Garrett?
Nothing fun. Tax abatement for our new building with the town of Brownsburg.
What exactly are you doing?
I'm about to pull a monoball out.
Oh yeah, model ball. I know exactly what that is.
The bearing here, but I think
Have you ever like really hit your finger with that, doing that before?
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's like my
Yeah, it
fingers
happens.
are like bracing for it right now.
Yeah, you touch bone every once in a while.
So then what are you about to do?
I'm revalving this wing sprint car right over the shop.
So when you say revalve, how can you explain to somebody like I'm 5?
Changing the compression and rebound number of the shop. This particular customer wants a certain number of certain 1 3-inch number. So we kind of got to change shims and bleed to try to match what he wants out of his shop.
So do people like send you shocks for you to like obviously tune, but is this pretty common then? I guess
Mostly people just ask for our suggestion of valving, but there's some customers that have their own valving that they want us to put in the shop. So
interesting.
they're all whatever the customer wants, basically.
But yeah, tell me a little bit about what you are working on.
So this is a new tool that we're making for the Pit Boss brand, and basically it's a tool that attaches to a heat gun that lets you like clean off your quarter midget tires.
Is it pretty easy to communicate with Garrett since he knows like the technical stuff pretty well, I imagine?
Yeah.
How long does it take typically from like, for what you've got right there on the screen, how long did that take to get to that point?
This took me 2 or 3 days.
Nice.
Just kind of starting with like Garrett and I kind of talked about what he wanted to see. And then we've got like a sample heat gun here.
Okay.
Kind of measured that up, kind of drew that just so I got a reference.
Nice. I'm loving that. And how long have you been here with CSI then?
I have been here almost 3 years. It'll be 3 years in May.
Like, what do you enjoy about putting shocks together? Do you find it like calming at all, or mildly infuriating?
Sometimes it could be frustrating. You got certain builds that work for one shock, and then you put it in the next shock, and it doesn't work. So it gets kind of frustrating at times. But at the end of the day, it's rewarding also to get a product out there that you stand behind 100%.
So one of these together.
If all the pieces were together and I didn't have to push raw guides in the housing here, stuff like that, probably a couple hours. But from start to finish, from all the parts being disassembled to assembled, probably take me a full day. Make sure everything's right.
For like a set of quarter midget shocks?
If it was just like a set of 4, it'd probably be 3 or 4 hours.
Okay.
Right now I'm doing 3 sets, so it'll probably take me most of the day, at least a half day or so.
And are these all the ones that you've got left?
Yeah, those are for assembly. Those are all my bodies and all the parts to put it all together. So I just got my rod guides etched with a nice CSI number on them. So just got all that done, got all the base valves in. So now we can go for assembly.
What are you working on right now, Steve?
Just assembling the steering.
And this is what you do here,
Yeah.
right? You're the steering assembler.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
What's the secret to talking to Steve? Do you like it because you typically don't have somebody with a camera asking you questions and you can just be back here in your solitude?
Yeah.
Checks out. Makes sense.
The chocolate chip cookie might get him to talk.
It's so much more organized over here than on the other side of the shop, I've noticed.